since we are starting this,
Yeah.
and my thoughts are going to be out in public,
Ooh.
I'm going to preface it with saying that I'm going to be wrong a lot of times.
Disclaimer. Yeah.
Disclaimer. At the moment, we are in a engineering university.
Mm-hmm.
I assume everyone would be here because they want to pursue their engineering degree. So we are not going to talk about engineering degrees. We are going to talk about your degree.
Oh my god. Okay.
So how did you end up with counseling? Maybe we can start from SPM.
Ooh, okay, that's a long story, yeah. Well, I always wanted to be a doctor, a medical doctor, because I aim to be. My ambition basically is to be a psychiatrist. Because I have a role model. That time he was serving government. Not sure which hospital, but I knew he handled a white collar case. It's really like his job is really prominent and important to the nation. So I was aim and just to be like him with that drive. So I pushed myself to be in science classes, science stream, and yeah, I took all the physics, biology, whatever, and I really fall in love with biology.
Mm-hmm.
I really love biology subjects with all the good teachers that I have. And moving forward, my SPM result was not bad. It was not bad. It's good. Well, it's not straight A's, but the sad part is my biology is I got B plus. So it's not A. Surprisingly, my maths is A plus. So yeah, something to be like proud a little bit, because I used to got 40, 50 marks in my Form 4 and Form 5. And then moving forward, I got into UNIMAS, University of Sarawak, as foundation student.
That's using UPU?
UPU, yeah, UPU. So I got to be in UNIMAS, get into science stream, because there's only whether physical science or biological science. I don't know. So it's like physics, and the difference is those who are getting into engineering, so they get into physics. For me, is get into biology. Well, again, at the end of the foundation, I found out my biology was to be quick. So basically, all the way, we took 2 semesters for biology 1, biology 2. So both biology subjects for 1 and 2, I got B plus. Although like everyone take me as the reference on their notes, because I do very good notes. Surprisingly, I just got B plus and my friends got A. So like then I stepped back from my main objective to be a psychiatrist. So I'm thinking about whether or not I'm actually capable in terms of capacity, knowledge capacity, something like that. Because it started from SPM, it doesn't prove me as a good student as in biology, which is specifically directing into medical. I mean, this is from my perspective too.
Yeah.
In the end, I found out one lecturer named Bapa, or we call him Bapa, Mr. Razali. So he talked about counseling, and I started to think about, wow, this is a good path.
This is during foundation? Towards the end of foundation?
Towards the end of the foundation. Because final semester, we are not taking any like science subjects. So that is the time where, I'm like do a lot of reflection for my future. And it turned out to be interesting. So counseling. Then, what I did, at the end of the foundation, people start to go back. So what I did is I took a bus because like UNIMAS is very big. Foundation is like in a secluded area. All the undergraduate students is in another area. So we have to take bus basically from east to west.
Really?
Yeah. They call it like east and west. Okay. So west campus, east campus. So I'm from east campus taking the bus to the west campus. Go like knocking the lecturers, like counseling lecturers' door. I think I met 3 to 4 lecturers during that time, knocking their doors and then saying, I am foundation student. I would like to further into counseling degree. It's like, so they are doing works and then okay, sit down. And then one last lecturer that I've met, she said that if you are taking counseling for an easy path, you are wrong. I take it as a challenge because I said I am not taking this as an easy path. It's just like maybe it suits me, like my personality, my interest. Well, so yeah, then yeah, belum lagi tak habis lagi cerita. The story is not end yet. So the thing is, when now coming into degree, I've been offered by UNIMAS to take human resource.
Mm-hmm.
Same department, same faculty, but different department. For that reason, and then at the same time, my parents know my aims is to be a doctor, a medical doctor. So they put effort to bring me to Egypt, like continuing my study in medical in Egypt.
Okay.
So they do all this translation to Arabic, my SPM result, whatever. But along the way, I've taken into like I do some choices. So I've met with my dean.
Okay.
My faculty dean. And then I said to him that I wanted to change the course from HR to counseling, from HR to counseling immediately this semester, because the clause was I have to take one semester, then you can change the course. But I don't want. So I said to him, I want to change immediately. So if I'm not giving the faculty decided not giving me a chance, so I'm going to flew to Mesir. So
okay.
yeah. I'm not gertak lah, but
so you give them an ultimatum.
yeah.
This or I'm leaving.
Yes,
Alright,
yes,
okay.
exactly. I don't know whether it's a smart strategy or not, but it works. And finally, they said to me, I think they like take almost 1 week to give me a decision. I mean to give me the confirmation of changing the courses. So in the end, they called me up. I was in orientation week. I came out from the hall, and the one who called is his PE, and he said that she said that the dean want to meet you. So we meet up immediately. And then he said that you can take a counseling course immediately, you can change immediately, and the thing is you have to really work hard to be a good student, like excellent student. I said yes, I will. Yeah. So from that moment, the first semester I play around a little bit, okay. But the rest semester, the other semester was great. And just to mention here, to an extent, I'm surprised by this, but I've been awarded to receive anugerah pelajaran diraja Pingat Jaya Cemerlang. So for that, so this anugerah is only received by 2 students in convocation for every year in each university, University Awam. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So here you go. This is how it's progressing. Yep.
All right. So let's say if I wind down the clock a little bit, to 12 years old kakak. So what would she think about your career at the moment? You said that you wanted to do medicine.
Yeah.
And then now you're in a slightly different path.
Yeah.
You think she would have expected this?
Totally no.
Totally
no. Totally no. And maybe she will laugh at me. Because it's so... I think I had been having a thought of being a medical doctor, a psychiatrist, really at a young age. Because, I don't know, maybe I had been having experience. My mom was sick, and then my grandfather was ill, Yeah, so maybe that leads me to be a very, doctors, and as well as being a psychiatrist with having the role model. Yeah, so she will not expect this.
All right. Okay, she would not expect. So what advice would you give to your 12 years old self?
Relax.
Relax?
Having an aims is important, but getting into it, you have to believe in fate, and at the same time, you work for it. But, somehow we have to put aside in terms of the result. Yeah, whatever that we got at the end, we might not know what happened. But the aims, the drive that you have, the passion that you put in, you really put effort and determination, so that is important.
Okay. You mentioned that you would tell your 12-year-old self to relax. Were you not relaxed at that moment? Were you like, yeah, I'm gunning for a psychiatrist? You were very determined to be a psychiatrist.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Somehow, I do felt sedih lah, when I saw my result, SPM, my biology was not getting A. And then translated into foundation studies, not really strong, still B. So I'm just questioning, am I aiming for right things or right ambition? So I put a step back and I think about my future.
Right. So the path that you took, and you're here.
Yes, I'm here for almost 3 years. It's past 3 years, coming into 4 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So. What about you?
What about me?
Yeah, I've been knowing you since last year.
Yeah.
It was an interesting journey on how we met.
Yeah.
When I turn back, this is how I met him. So, yeah, and then I think we grow together. Yeah. So, I love the way you are so passionate about learning new things, and I think. Because you did ask me a question of what will be a new skill that you want to learn. If you're giving a chance, So all these things somehow not really coming into my mind because I am just really focusing so much on deepening or narrowing down the counseling area. So somehow I'm not having. I'm not opening my eyes into another new skills, So, yeah, and then this one is even coming from you, podcast. So, yeah, I think I would like to know more about, you, because you've been passionate about research.
Oh, okay.
And then this is a new thing that I actually really learn from you. And it turns out to be I have this passion too, So I'm exploring my own passion from your own passion. So yeah, how do you have this passion?
I like research because I like reading. And when I read something, I wish to convey the message to other people. And to convey the message to other people, you need to break things down to its core components. You need to understand them very well. So when you research, you have time to explore this in depth. So that's why I like doing research. And also, maybe this is a bit egoistical, but I like having new information in my hand. Wow,
you're the first one, right?
Yeah, not saying first, maybe one of the few
okay,
knowing this information at this time. I suppose because I'm still in this master stage, I've not really delve into a certain topic. I did not dive deep. So I'm still very broad with the knowledge. So I suppose, yeah, just reading about this makes me happy. And what makes me even more happy is conveying this message to students, explaining this in a very simple form so that they can remember it for life.
Wow. So you are trying to breach the fundamentals knowledge, basically to more novice from you, for them to really understand what is the concept is.
Not just understand, it's more to mastery of because once you have a strong mastery of the fundamentals, you can you feel very free to explore new things.
Yeah. I agree totally. Just an example of fundamentals of human life. If we go into spirituality, can we go?
Yeah, no
Yes,
problem.
like a Muslim, you understand the fundamentals of as a Muslim, you have to do all this rukun Islam and believe into this rukun iman. I suppose there's a lot more for you to understand. But somehow, people start to not really understand fundamentals. So somehow they sleep off. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying those who are understanding the fundamentals are not like sleeping away. It's just that it's better coming into the fundamentals. Yeah.
All right. I want to go to number 3. Alright, so it's the 31st of Jan.
Yay!
But people who are listening to this might not be having the same date.
Yep.
Alright, so
you have to do editing, by the way.
Most people would have set their New Year's resolution on 1st of Jan.
Yep.
Do you have a New Year's resolution? What do you think about New Year's resolution?
Before I answer the question, I think I have to say this. After I got married, we took a consideration to always have family retreat, although it's just between me and my husband. So we do family retreat at the end of the year. So we try to be on the same page for whatever that we want to have or what we want to achieve in the following year. So we had a time last year. It was long hours of retreat until my father-in-law said, "It's just about 2 of you guys. What's so long thinking about your next year?" I was like, oh yeah, we had something important next year. Yeah. So so we do plan ahead about our new resolution. Well, there's a lot of things that comes into a plan. Well, the first one was not really good in terms of following through the planning.
The first one is in January now?
Yes.
All right.
In January. Yeah. So it's not really I can't say it's 100%. And maybe it's not even achieved into 90 to 85 to 90%. But I am a person who really believe into process and progress. So we do progress.
Okay.
We do progressing. Do I have to tell my resolution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you wish to share.
I think I could. I have to say this. One thing in our family retreat is we talk about our purpose of life. So at least whenever that we put our resolution, it brings towards something, not because of just completing the activities, but it's really something. So one of my purpose that I found last year, which I would like to start to grow it bigger this year, is being a person who God-oriented. So most of my resolution this year was really so much relates to improving the God orientation part. So it's more on basically spirituality, because as I said just now, fundamentals is important because it's gonna lead us. We do not know. It's just very interesting journey and exciting journey. For that reason, I think one part of it is if I can share here, it's Solat Duha. This Solat Duha is basically will be done between Subuh prayer and then after Subuh prayer and then before Zuhur prayer. Is just in between. The best time will be around 9-10, as long as it's just before Zuhur prayer. So for this one, I put every day. But out of 31 days that I had done 25 out of 31 days.
Wow, you keep a checklist.
Yeah. I keep the checklist. It's important because I wanted to really feeling of being God orientation. But there is some downfall on my resolution in terms of reading the Quran. I think it's quite not up to my resolution, up to the standard that we put for this year. But I suppose it's a progressing. So yeah, I will work hard for next month. Just tomorrow, yay!
All right. So you're a believer in setting New Year's resolutions?
Well, I could say there is one book saying that somehow we need a good time to start good things. So good times could be a new day, or a new month, or a new year, or just something new.
Okay.
So it's just like setting a pace of, like you pushed ultimately, okay, I want to start now. Well, as I said, after we had done our family retreat last year, we've started it slowly, I mean, like we have started doing it, the resolution for 2020, even
before 2020.
Yeah, before 2020. We do it, okay? But it's just that calculating, checklist, this come on 2020.
So the reason I brought up New Year's resolution is because recently I watched a video. It's about New Year's resolution. And the narrator of this video says that it is best to not set a very fixed resolution for New Year. Instead, you should have like a New Year theme. For example, this year I will run 10 kilometers each week, but instead you change it to a theme. This year will be running, so I will try to run as often as I can. So what I find a little bit strange or against that notion is we humans, we tend to take the path of least resistance. So if we don't set a specific goal, this 10 kilometers a week, let's say if I don't set that, and now I'm going back, I'm supposed to run. If I don't have like a specific goal, I could take the path of least resistance and say, yeah, not today. And then I feel that having this kind of theme for a New Year's resolution can be not really helpful for certain people. For like tasks that are not in your routine at the moment.
Like something very new. You are not really used to it.
So you shared this one article with me. It was about mindfulness. That's when I found out that to start something new, mindfulness was something new to me. The concept itself. So to practice mindfulness, you have to actively use your willpower to be mindful. As you actively use it, it becomes a routine. And then once it becomes a routine, it will be like brushing your teeth in the morning. It becomes normal.
Yeah.
Something normal.
You don't have to really put a thought.
So what do you think about having a theme as a New Year resolution instead of having like a specific goal?
Well, because I agree to the idea of having a specific resolution for the New Year. As in, I mean, I'm not really like the day one of New Year, then you start your things, because I've started before the New Year. So having a theme, I think it's a new concept to me. I think I had never listened to this concept yet. Maybe I have to listen from his perspective or her perspective. Well, theme is good in such a way. You are being a little bit flexible. Yeah. And being a little bit dynamic. So, the whole year is running, as what you said. So, it takes you into like consideration of, I want to run. But there will be a time yang, it's okay, maybe not today, maybe it's tomorrow, because it's still in this year. You still have 350 days or 340 days to complete the running team, yeah? Well, just like wedding.
Oh?
Wedding. Yeah, we have theme, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Apa raut aku ni jauhnya. So we have theme. Somehow people adhere to the theme. Yeah. It takes into there is concept. Well, we have to remember before having the wedding theme, we have first to decide what specific theme that in your capacity.
Okay.
Alright, so
for example, I can do like a medium scale kind of thing. I can't do like a real royal kind of grand thing.
Yes. Yeah. I think the idea is that maybe the narrator would like to explain is maybe being dynamic, But I love the ideas of ruling ourselves, because everything is actually ruling us. Like, you have to do your homeworks. This is ruled by the teachers. You have to do your assignment by this date. This is ruled by the lecturers. You have to pay taxes. This is ruled by the government. So what are the rules that we rule ourselves? But being dynamic is important. I mean, like, you cannot be so close to yourself. Like, I have to do this. If not, you are not good. And this is not good. Okay, this is not a good practice. But being dynamic is important. But having a theme, just like the wedding, you need somehow to decide first which kind of theme that actually match with your capacity.
I brought up this because I actually agree with the narrator.
Oh!
But I just came up with like some of the points that can counter his argument. So my theme is to do more.
To do more.
My New Year's theme is to do more.
You're not using resolution.
Yeah. So I do not have a specific goal. I just have to do more. How I perceive this is, whenever I have an opportunity to do something new or to do more, for example, you came up with this video about taking notes. Yeah, I was like, wow, we can record voices in 2020. So I was like, okay, let's. I have the knowledge on how to do a podcast. Let's apply this.
Yeah. So this is more for you.
Yeah, this is do more.
In the end, I think is resolution, theme is a word, and it's always about what we practice, what we do. Okay. So all the best.
Yep.
With your theme.
Yeah. Thanks. You have anything else? No.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk again like this.
Sure.
Next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.